Let's read a little of Jefferson Davis' farewell to the U.S. Senate, January 21st, 1861. I rise, Mr. President, for the purpose of announcing to the Senate that I have satisfactory evidence that the state of Mississippi, by a solemn ordinance of her people and convention assembled, has declared her separation from the United States. Under these circumstances, of course, my functions are terminated here. It has seemed to me proper, however, that I should appear in the Senate to announce that fact to my associates, and I will say but very little more. The occasion does not invite me to go into argument. My physical condition would not permit me to do so if it were otherwise. So you're old and fragile, but you're going to maintain the institution of slavery, right, Jefferson Davis? You fucking racist, perverted fucking piece of shit motherfucker! And my physical condition would not permit me to do so if it were otherwise. And yet it seems to become me to say something on the part of the state I here represent on an occasion as solemn as this. It is known to senators who have served with me here that I have for many years advocated as an essential attribute of state sovereignty. As an essential attribute of state sovereignty, the right of a state to secede from the Union. Therefore, if I had thought that Mississippi was acting without sufficient provocation or without an existing necessity, I should still, under my theory of the government, because of my allegiance to the state of which I am a citizen, have been bound by her action. I, however, may be permitted to say that I do not think she has justifiable cause, and I approve of her act. I conferred with her people before the act was taken, counseled them then that if the state of things which they apprehended should exist when their convention met, they should take the action which they have now adopted. So Jefferson Davis gave advice. States' rights. Yeah, right. These dumbass backwards fucking piles of shit. We gotta make sure Mississippi has much rights. They don't even know who the fuck the governor of Mississippi is today. They don't even know who the goddamn Secretary of State is. They ain't paying attention to shit. They're dumbass. They're racist piles of shit. Lazy, barbaric, racist piles of shit. I hope none who hear me will confound this expression of mine with the advocacy of the right of a state to remain in the Union and to disregard its constitutional obligation by the nullification of the law. Such is not my theory. Nullification and secession, so often confounded, are indeed antagonistic principles. Nullification is a remedy which it is sought to apply within the Union against the agent of the states. It is only to be justified when the agent has violated his constitutional obligations and a state, assuming to judge for itself, denies the right of the agent thus to act and appeals to the other states of the Union for decision. But when the states themselves and when the people of the states have so acted as to convince us that they will not regard our constitutional rights, then for the first time arises the doctrine of secession in its practical application. A great man who now reposes with his fathers and who has been secession belongs to a different class of remedy. I therefore concur in the action of the people, believing it necessary and proper, should be bound by their action. My belief had been otherwise. This brings me to an important point that I wish on this last occasion to present to the Senate. It is by this confounding of nullification and secession that the name of a great man whose ashes now mingle with his mother earth has been invoked to justify coercion against a seceded state. The phrase "to execute the laws" was an expression which General Jackson applied to the case of a state refusing to obey the laws while yet a member of the Union. That is not the case which is now presented. The laws are to be executed over the United States and upon the people of the United States. They have no relation to any foreign country. It's a perversion of terms, at least. It's a great misapprehension of the case which cites that expression for application to a state which has withdrawn from the Union. You may make war on a foreign state if it be. I well remember an occasion when Massachusetts was arraigned before the bar of the Senate. It has been a conviction of present necessity. Then, senators, we recur to the principles which upon our government was founded, in which you deny them, in which you deny us the right to withdraw from a government which thus perverted threatens to be destructive of our rights. We but tread in the path of our fathers when we proclaim our independence and take the hazard. This is done not in hostility to others, not to injure any section of the country, not even for our own pecuniary benefit, for your own money, your pocketbook, for your gold, and from the high and the solemn motive of defending and protecting the rights we inherited and which we'll transmit unshorn to our children. I find in myself perhaps a type of general feeling to my constituents towards I feel No hostility towards you, senators from the North. I am sure there is not one of you, whatever sharp discussion there may have been between us, to whom I cannot now say in the presence of my God, I wish you well. And such I feel is the feeling of the people whom I represent towards those whom you represent. I feel, therefore, that I but express their desire and their hope and their peaceful, they're mutually beneficial. In the course of my service here, associated at different times, a variety of senators, collision I carry with me no hostile remembrance. Mr. President and senators, having made the announcement which the occasion seemed to me required, only remains for me to bid you a final adieu. Sayonara, motherfucker. God damn, you don't want to fucking be here? Then get the hell out of here, you son of a bitch. Here, that was January 21st, 1861. Now he's got some comments here about the ratification of their goddamn constitution. You're going to have a constitution? Where'd you get that idea from? Why, you're going to have an American? You're going to do the same shit America's doing, but over... Okay, I see. Let's see, that's, gentlemen of the Congress, it's my pleasing duty. I guess we'll come back to that. Okie dokie. Fuck Jefferson Davis. Fuck all those fucking Confederate fucking racist perverted fucking sons of bitches. Fuck those child molesting fucking Nazis. Costilla County's got a fucking problem with child molesting fucking Nazis. The right-wing sovereign movement is still over there. It's still over there. And I intend to prove it before April.